Welcome back to the Chasing Happiness podcast, an honest podcast about finding happiness, what it really means, and the process of getting there. My name is Crystal, and today we're going to talk about how to ask for help. This is a really big subject, and it can be a triggering subject for some people, because for a lot of us, asking for help seems to be a sign of weakness. But for you, listener, I want you to remember, there is nothing weak about telling someone you need help, about asking someone for assistance, because the truth is none of us gets through anything in life alone. We need people. We need people who have been through what we've been through to help us, to guide us, to give us advice, even sometimes just to listen to us so that we can vent our feelings and sort through them ourselves. We live in this society that tells us we have to master it all, but it never teaches us how, which I think is a shame. We have to learn how from other people. So how do you ask for help? Especially if you're someone who thinks asking for help is a sign of weakness. Well, the first thing is you have to stop thinking that. Elon Musk didn't become the Elon Musk you know today because he conquered everything alone. He asked for help. He asked for people to teach him things. He asked for investors to help. Richard Branson isn't Richard Branson because he did it all alone. No one gets anywhere in life alone, completely isolated, without the assistance of other people. It's crazy that we think that we would. You don't learn how to walk alone. Your parents hold your hands. They teach you how to stand. They help you build up your leg strength as an infant. If you can't figure out something in life, it's because no one has ever taught it to you. So if no one has taught you how to ask for help when you need it, this can be awkward and uncomfortable. And of course, it's different depending on what you're asking for help with. Maybe you need business help and you need a business mentor. Maybe you need emotional support and help. Those are two very different things, and you're going to find help in very different places. But the first thing that you need to do is acknowledge that you need the help. Acknowledge that you can't do it all alone because you're juggling 900 other things at the same time. And that's okay. Acknowledge that you need help and start asking people where you can find it. If you need a business mentor, ask people who you know are in business. Who do they suggest? Where should you start looking? Is there a network you should become a part of? If you need emotional support, ask your friends. Ask them to be your emotional support. Ask them where they get their emotional support from. Ask them if any of them know any good therapists. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness. Asking for help is a huge sign of strength because you recognize that you are only one person and you cannot do everything alone. But when we band together and we help each other, we can actually accomplish amazing things. Getting a man to the moon or a robot to Mars doesn't happen by just one person. It's a group of people asking for help, supporting each other, doing what they can to accomplish a task. So don't be embarrassed or ashamed or feel like you can't ask for help when you need it. Whether it's emotional support and help, whether it's physical help, because you don't know how to weight train, or maybe it's as simple as you need physical help moving. How often are you embarrassed to ask your friends to help you to move? Not very often. Most of us are okay with that. In fact, we offer pizza and beer so that they're willing to do it. We should be no less embarrassed to ask for help emotionally, to ask for the emotional and spiritual support that we need on a regular basis. Maybe for you, it's something as simple as you need help getting daily tasks done because you have kids and they're homeschooling and you're working from home. And maybe that help is as simple as hiring a maid one day a week to do your laundry. There's nothing wrong with that. And no one should be shaming you for doing so if you can afford to do it. If it takes one mental task off of your to-do list, I say go for it. Don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to barter with your friends. Maybe they need help with something too. Maybe one of them can come over once a week and help you cook, and you can in turn help them with their taxes or something. There are all kinds of ways to ask for help, to ask for support, so that it's not a one-way relationship as well. We all need help with all kinds of aspects of life, from learning to drive to learning to navigate relationships. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Acknowledge that you need it and that someone else might have more expertise than you, and that's okay. Ask them to share it with you, and then you can become the expert and share it with other people. Remember, nobody does this all alone. Nobody succeeds in life completely alone, and there is no shame in asking for help, no matter what kind of help you need. Thank you for coming back and listening to the podcast week after week. Every time I log in and I see the downloads, I am blown away. I love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for being being a part of this Chasing Happiness community. Thank you for joining the Patreon page so that we can keep the podcast ad-free. For those of you looking to join, there is a link in the show description. When you sign up, you get a few free goodies and exclusive access to certain things. So I appreciate you helping out with the community. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful week. And if any of you needs help with anything, please feel free to contact me. Send me an email at info@chasinghappiness.ca. We are all in this together. Have a great week. I will chat with you next week. Bye for now.